Yo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another CDL predictions for week 2. Um, I know this video is a little late. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but yeah. Either way, doesn't matter. Um, we got our week 2 predictions coming in. As you can see, I'm on the Call of Duty League Pick'em site again. Week 1 I did all right. No, the Optic heartbreakers were kind of sad, but it is what it is. So let's just get right on into the predictions. This match already actually went on. Um, Unfortunately, I was gonna record hopefully before the matches started, but I ended up doing the gym and yeah. So either way, I predicted a 3-0. It ended in a 3-1. Either way, like I still have kind of no faith in Paris right now, even though they last week they took Atlanta FaZe game 5. They came out absolutely swinging. I just thought that was personally like a slow Atlanta phase versus like Paris being good, in my opinion. But yeah, Boston 3-1 them. I predicted a 3-0. Either way, I got the prediction right. This match is currently going on right now, but I predicted a Seattle Surge 3-1. I have Seattle Surge taking every respawn, Rocker taking the S&D. And um, I will say though that um, I do think that Rocker can go back to what they did in Cold War. They looked really good last week. They continue to prove everyone that they are like super clutch and like always clutch up in clutch scenarios when they need to. Um, I just can't wait to see this team's skill ceiling. I don't think they're quite Seattle Surge's level yet. I think Seattle Surge is the best team in the game right now. So yeah, I still think Rocker takes the edge in S&D, but I don't think they'll be able to hang with Seattle's respawn power or like the knowledge of the game that Seattle has in respawn. Next matchup, Toronto Ultra versus LAG. I think this one's pretty easily predicted as well. I'm giving LAG a map, but I don't see them overtopping Toronto Ultra right now. I think Toronto Ultra is top 3 in the game right now, easily. Uh, LAG is kind of like, kind of like a back and forth team. It depends on like their vibe for the day or how or you know what I'm saying? Like they could be very day to day. So and I just don't with a team with that inconsistency and with that like on your plate, I guess, I don't see them overtopping a team like Toronto. So yeah, I have Toronto winning 3-1. And then the last match of today is LA Thieves versus New York Subliners. This brings me into also New York Subliners roster change. Kind of took everyone by surprise, honestly. They dropped Neptune and picked up Royalty. It's kind of an interesting roster swap, in my opinion. I don't know. I'll have to see how they play at the Royalty. I'm not opposed to it because I mean, realistically, the it's not like you're dropping sub for an AR. Like you're the roles make sense of who you picked up. You picked up Royalty. He's always known to be very very aggressive. So I don't hate it, but I'm not sure. I don't know how to feel about that roster move yet. But we'll see. I mean, I have LA Thieves winning 3-2. I think New York will come out like, you know, honeymoon phase, like full guns blazing. I just don't think it's gonna be enough to take over LA Thieves right now. But I'm excited to see how New York progresses. But yeah, they just need time, in my opinion. They need time. Um, but yeah, LA Thieves 3-2 over Subliners. Next day we got London Royal Ravens versus Minnesota Rocker, and as you can see, I have Rocker winning 3-2, and I want to give a quick shout out to London though because they solely impressed me heavily, um, with the way they play the game, especially S&D. I thought their S&D game was really really good. Um, I still have Minnesota taking this, but I think it's an upset in my opinion. I think London probably is the better team right now, but I just think Minnesota. I don't know. Minnesota just like has that like like I said before, that clutch factor in like important scenarios that like just you can never count them out. You know what I'm saying? Like as Major Maniac would say, it's never chalked. But yeah, like I just see this series being an upset for Minnesota and them icing up in the important situations that they need to. But like I said, London did surprise me a lot. I'm a huge fan of London and how they play the game now. It, I definitely rid them off early, so learn from that one. uh, Next matchup is Optic versus Paris. I mean, I mean everyone's gonna say like Optic sucks, blah blah blah. I don't think they lost 2 round 11s against a very surprising good London team and then a icy Minnesota team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, granted they shouldn't have been in those situations. Like they were up 2 against London, got reverse swept. They should have closed out the hard point versus Minnesota. I don't think Paris is gonna be a team that shockingly upsets Optic. I'm sorry, I just don't see it happening. I have no worries about this Optic Texas team, and they have Rambo. Rambo teams are known to start off kind of slowish, you know, like and end up like winning champs or like events later down the league year. Rambo effect. So, I'm not really worried about Optic Texas. Um, Next matchup, I think this matchup's gonna bang more than people probably think it is, but it's Boston Breach versus Atlanta FaZe. I still have FaZe winning in like a 3-1 fashion, but I think these maps are gonna be incredibly close. I'm a huge fan of basically the Boston Breach as a whole. I think they're very underrated. They're super talented, and I think Methods has guided the youngsters well, but I don't think they overtake phase. I don't know. Not really much to say about that, but I did. Like I said, I think this 3-1 will be incredibly close, but it goes in FaZe's favor. Um, Next matchup is LA Thieves versus Florida. I was like super tempted to do a 3-0 for this match, but I ended up giving the safe option 3-1, giving Florida a map. I feel like it depends on the control that they play. I don't know. Yeah. I This Florida team still in my head just doesn't make sense to me. I don't think it ever will. I think Big I never had questions about like Big Wake on a sub because he did it in MW. He's like a flexed MW and he performed really well. But it's like I don't know. For me, forever this team like Dave, I feel like they should have picked up Yeez instead, in my opinion. But Dave Patty is doing his thing. I'm not discrediting Dave Patty at all. He's a beast. But I feel like the roster would have been better round fitted with ease, in my opinion. And yeah, I mean, I I just have no. This Florida team needs to like really surprise me for me to have like a Florida hype train around them. Until then, yeah. Enough said. LA Thieves are the better team. Next matchup, I think. Next matchup is LAG and London. Only get 2 matches on Sunday or this Sunday now, which is interesting. But um, I think LA. I think the Ravens are better. Um, I think they. I mean, they're probably gonna be pissed about if this loss is correct. They'll probably come out pissed off this loss, knowing that they should have probably won against the Rocker team. And I think they come out guns blazing. Oh, like the 3 youngsters on the team with Zero's guidance are gross. Like Gizmo, Nasty, and Afro were frying. So as long as they can come out and do the London that I saw, uh, last week, I I I think they're the better team than LAG because until LAG to me they prove that they're not just like a day-to-day team. You never know what the vibe's gonna be like with these guys. It's gonna be so hard for me to predict them to win just solely off the vibe of the team. It's just hard. But yeah, I have London winning that one 3-1. Um, I noticed I did a lot of 3-1s, but it's okay. uh, Next matchup, last match of this week: Florida Mutineers, Toronto Ultra. I mean, I'm gonna change it to that because I don't know. Like I said, this Florida team just doesn't make sense to me. It'll never make sense to me. I still think they're gonna make a roster change at some point during the year. Just my prediction. But I think Toronto should smoke these guys. Should take care of business. Yeah. But that's my predictions for this week. Sorry the video was late. Um, yeah. Oh, let me know what you guys think about your predictions for this week, and even if you what you think about New York's roster change. Like, yeah, crazy stuff. I will put the pick'em link down in the description below again if you want to participate in the Call of Duty League pick'ems. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week.